You should subscribe to the Monaresclub. Because the Principal of Saiyans told you to, idiot. Bye.
Hey everyone, what's up? This is Elizabeth, and today we are bringing you a Metacooler versus Skillless Gohan. So, both these decks are pretty fun, so hopefully you guys will have fun watching it. Metacooler starts with the Big Getty Star, otherwise known as Big Spaghetti Star, because Metacooler is Italian and likes the spaghetti. Not that, anyone can't like spaghetti, but... And Son Gohan just likes things cool and vanilla. So if you haven't, this is your first time tuning into the Monaresclub, welcome. We have lots of great content on the channel for you. Lots of gameplays, some tournaments, some deck profiles. There's also some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that goes on. There's some Fortnite and some other stuff that goes on. But primarily we post Dragon Ball content, I would say. And us here, the Woolners, me, Elizabeth, and my husband James, we're strong into the Dragon Ball, so... Here we are, getting off to it. It looks like I put away 3, and James also replaced 3. So James is going first here. He's playing that Whis that I know draws him a card, and I know it does something to me. I can't remember what. Something annoying, let me tell you. For my turn, usually a turn 1 play for Metacooler is I swing with my leader, put a yellow Metacooler into play, or into the discard, and then get it back with the Big Getty Star. Yep, it looks like what I'm doing. So, then tap that, and mill 1, and play that boy. Then I can swing with that. Depending on the matchup, Metacooler is all about the swings. But he's also a little bit control-y because he really wants to get to turn 4. Just all depends on the matchup, how strongly he wants to go all in. He's also usually pretty good at clearing boards too. With his, he has a lot of swingers, his attackers, I should say. And with his leader ability on the other side, he can rest mode their cards to swing at. Looks like James played that Piccolo, that then played that Zayun from the deck. So, plays that nice vanilla Zayun, the ever-popular character Zayun. If you have not seen the Lord Slug movie, I never recommend any of the movies to anyone. So, but his character has about 5 minutes of airtime. Maybe less. Looks like he is awakening to the Goku and Hirae side, otherwise known as Icarus. And he's comboing with that Goku and Icarus card, or Hirae Dragon card, whatever it's called. I decided to save my Metacooler with my Whis. That Whis can neg something for 10k, so I neg his Whis. Very nice. Everyone saw my cat DD run across. But then he can use his leader ability to play that Hirae Dragon from the drop. Or Higher Dragon, or however, whatever you call it. I just call him Icarus in my heart, so that's what he's called in the English versions of the movies. James is swinging at me with his Zayun. Pump that Piccolo into it. 15 on my 15. I decide to pump out of it. One of the things that is annoying for Metacooler is I have to make sure I have 2 battle cards in play by turn on, 2 or 3 to awaken. Ideally on turn 2, since the Metacooler leader is kind of garbage on his front side. James is playing that Higher Dragon and Goku card, which gets 2 vanillas. I don't know, do they go into play? Probably, because vanillas are always annoying like that. Nope, they go to hand. Okay. So, then it's over to my side. Trying to figure out what to charge. Had to use a lot of my cards to pump out of things. Save my board state. I charge a Time Magic. Interesting choice. So, pay 1. Could play that Metacooler Core, which draws me a card. And then I can awaken. Draw 2. Metacooler deck is kind of a little bit boring on the first couple turns. It's very formulaic in how it goes. But it starts to be way more fun turn 4 when you get your big boy out and just start spamming the board with Metacoolers. That's my favorite part. James makes fun of me for liking this Metacooler deck because it isn't very good. But it is fun. It's fun to spam the board if you can get to turn 4. So if you're looking to play a good deck, I would not recommend Metacooler. But if you're looking to have fun and spam the board with battle cards, I would recommend. Looks like I'm trying to decide which one's worth swinging at or just swing at his leader. I use my leader's ability, which lets me essentially burst 3, and then I get to grab a card, a Metacooler or a Metacooler Core, I believe, from the drop. I think that's me checking to make sure it's Metacooler or Metacooler Core. Just grab one of those red 3 drops in case I want to play it next turn. Or charge it, either way. He gets out of the attack. I still have an energy up. And, yep, I can decide if I want a big getty spaghetti. Yep, there's another Metacooler. Then I might as well swing with my 15Ks. My leader on this side has an ability where he can hold something down and he can pump one of my Metacoolers. So I was probably looking to make sure. I don't really know if it matters which one, but I picked out that boy. And then I swung, and I pumped him. And James combos out of it with his super combo there. The Krillin super combo, though, that cycle of super combos is really nice. You you put 1 on the bottom and then draw 2, I think. So I know the Krillin one is pretty popular. At least has seemed to be in James's decks. James and I often talk about colors of decks, and I think James's opinion has been that as of late, yellow has often had the weaker decks. has not had as strong of support. So it's kind of an interesting match of a yellow deck versus a yellow deck. Yellow has a lot of interesting cards. Time Magic is kind of one of my original negates I really liked. Back in the day when I played a lot more veggies, the Kaba, the Broly leader veggies, where you had the 2-drop Kaba to get out some boys and girls, mainly girls. And Time Magic really helped save my board a lot. As did Shugesh, R.I.P. Looks like James is upgrading that Hero Dragon for this one. Which, I can't remember. I know that card was a big pain in the butt. I think it's a double strike. Something else. Really annoying. So I assume he's swinging at my leader, yeah. And it's a 20k. It's a really big pain in the butt card. I decided to combo out of it. He doesn't pump into it, so not that hard. It's annoying though. And then we pass to my turn. We're at this awkward turn 3. We have added some unisons to this Metacooler deck that we can play as a turn 3 option, because generally my turn 3 option is Big Getty Star and hold up some energy, or I could use that Metacooler core to play some cards if I have them in my drop. But we also added a couple unisons to play. The Metacooler unison for one. Though recently, just yesterday, after this match was played, I think we were trying out the Gogeta unison. So, if you have any opinions on what unisons might work best in Metacooler, feel free to recommend below. We'd also discussed the Purunga one, but I think that was mainly just a filler while we were trying to decide on some others or get them in the mail. So do the Big Getty Star. Oh, I realized I didn't have any Metacoolers in my discard and felt like a stupo. So James very kindly let me go back and swing with my leader. Before, and he must not have any negates. I mean, he'd have to negate all my attacks, I guess. Oh, he did negate. That's annoying. But I do get to use my... Oh, and I get to use my leader's ability, which also helps with the Big Getty Star, so... But dirty old Flying Nimbus. Flying Nimbus is also kind of an older yellow card that I played when I first started playing this game. Excuse me, everyone. But anyway, Flying Nimbus is a classic negate that I've always really liked. Always really frustrating to run into. I know nowadays there's things like Topo for red and oh, I just forgot the green one. Dormant Potential and things like that that are also very annoying. But Flying Nimbus is kind of the original of that effect. Essentially, you play a card, discard a card. They can only swing with 1 or 2 more things depending on what their board state is. That is one of the recommendations. Why, when playing against a yellow deck, you don't swing with your leader first if you don't have to, because if they have a Flying Nimbus, and you're swinging with your leader, you only get one more attack, whereas if you're swinging with a battle card, you get your leader attack and another battle card. Oh, looks like I have a Unison to play, which the Flying Nimbus does not stop Unison swings because it was before Unisons existed, so that's nice. Metacooler does take up some board state here. The Metacooler has, I know his +1 is to make a Metacooler token, which is nice, fits well with the deck, and it has exactly the same abilities as that Metacooler 2-drop. I use my leader's ability to hold down that 6-drop Goku and Icarus card. So there's my Metacooler token I'm making. It's just a sleeve. It's shiny silver, just like Metacooler. I think it does come in rest mode, which is a little annoying, but yeah, it's fine. And it does have combo power, so that is nice. I decided to use my last battle attack with this Metacooler. One of the nice things about turn 3 playing the Unison is it does leave me up in energy in case I need it for a negate. Kind of the best of both worlds. I do decide to pump that Metacooler and get that Icarus off the board. I assume I'm going to be swinging with the Unison. Maybe? Yep, swing with my Unison. He combos out of it. That card that he combos with has this ability, I assume, that lets him go find some 1-drops, vanilla 1-drops, which is a little annoying, but, you know, understandable. And it puts him into play, which is even more annoying, but, again, understandable. God, James has a lot of cards in his hand. I don't even know how many he has, like 15? I don't... Maybe less than that. Just looks like a lot. Yeah, I do decide to leave that energy up in case I need it for a negate. I do still have 6 life, but 6 life can go pretty fast on turn 3 or 4. Especially, yeah, turn 4. I don't know if I had played against this Skillless Gohan deck. I've played against some of the cards in it, but not this full makeup here. So I didn't really know what to expect. He played his Unison, which has the ability to pump 10Ks, or vanilla. I think it's vanilla. Cards plus 5K. So that's really nice. I do have that, I think I used my light bullet. So I can do that to stop his attacks. This is a pretty good play. We were debating whether Light Bullet is better or Flying Nimbus is better. The nice thing for this matchup is I can tap my cards in play, but that also means I can't swing with them. But when I just went up against a Flying Nimbus, that was really nice. I just had to tap my cards there, and then I could play that negate. And it stops more attacks. I feel like in the yellow v yellow matchup, Light Bullet is superior to Nimbus, but in other matches it is not. So, but you can let us know what you think about that. James has another 1K to play. Use his abilities. And then it's my turn because he can't swing anymore because of Light Bullet. He showed me his Nimbus, I showed him my Light Bullet. And now it's Metacooler turn 4. Metacooler's favorite time. I swing with my leader first. No, maybe not. I think I'm trying to decide what's the better move, depending on what negates he has or things like that. I'm always a little nervous. Guess I decided to swing with that token first. Yep, there's I don't know if I think that was the wrong move. But here we are. I think that's why I didn't swing with my leader first, though, was I wanted to swing with that, so that I would get my leader swing as well as another battle card. So, I think I'm swinging. I might be trying to decide where I'm swinging at. Or what I'm swinging at, I should say. I think I pick up that 4 drop, which is good. I swung at his Unison. Decided if I could get his Unison off the board, then his 10Ks weren't that scary. I do hold down his double striker again. Decide to swing the Unison as his Unison to kill it. I think I'm gonna make another token here. Probably thinking about it a little bit. Yep. Decide to play that other token. And probably taking some time to decide what the best way to go about is. You never know. I mean, he has a lot of energy up. There's the 4 drop, but can't swing with him. Otherwise I don't get the swing with the big boy. So he eats the big Getty Star and then has the 7 drop come in on top of him. Which when the 7 drop comes in, it gets to play 2 Metacoolers from my deck, and then whenever he swings, he gets to play 2 Metacoolers from my deck. So, a lot of Metacooler going on. As is the Metacooler deck. On the plus side, if he doesn't swing, if he negates, all of my attacks, I do get all these things still in play, and then I can use them to combo on his turn if I need it. That's kind of the backup protection Metacooler has, is his everything in play to swing with. It's kind of like this 7 drop card here essentially brings in 10k combo power when you play him, and then another 10k when you swing him, right? So that's 20k combo power that I added to my board, which is helpful. I assume I'm swinging at his leader. I think I decide his babies aren't worth going after. I'm not sure why I don't grab that 5 drop. Oh, I grabbed a 5 drop, okay. Maybe I should have grabbed 2 of them. I don't know. But that 5-drop gives all my Metacoolers double strike, which is very nice. Don't know if I'm still debating whether I want to pump or if James is debating. Looks like James is pumping out of it. There's his Krillin super combo. Yep, he puts 1 on the bottom, draws 2. And he has that Icarus card that then plays 2 1-drops. So he's got a full board going on, which might be a lot for me if he can pump them all. So not sure why I'm playing with that Metacooler right there, but that's alright. And it's James's turn. Oh, I got a full board state right there. When you play Metacooler, your board can kind of start getting pretty sloppy. Mainly because it's hard to fit all those cards in. I don't really like when my battle cards overlap when they're not tapped, like James's are. Makes it harder for me to tell what all I have to swing with. James plays that Sacrifice, gets back that Lord Slug card. Which is an interesting play. Interesting dynamic of this deck. Yep, he has another Unison, which is unfortunate for me, because that Unison's really going to be the thing that pumps his whole board. I do have 5 life, so hopefully I can get through it. I have a lot of Metacoolers to pump into it as needed. And as long as I have that big 7-drop on board, I can play another 2 per turn, which is decent. Decide. Oh. I don't know why that... I'm not quite sure what just went on there. There I pumped out of that attack. He's swinging with that one. There I got out of that attack. He swings again. I get out of that attack. He swings with his leader, which is a 15k, a little bit stronger. Well, the same, I guess, as all these 1ks. I think he pumps that boy into it, maybe? I take it, yep. And then he plays that Lord Slug card. I can't remember exactly what that Lord Slug does. James swings with his Unison. And I decide to pump out of it with that Metacooler. He swings is another 10k, that's now 15k. I decide to take it. I gotta take some of them, and then it's my turn. So, I have to hope he doesn't have another Nimbus. He's used 2 on me already. So I have to assume he has 2 more in somewhere. He's got a lot of cards in hand and a lot of cards in his deck. Actually, I don't know. I was thinking he just picked up his hand, but that was his discard. He might not have as many cards in his hand. So, maybe I could find an inn. And not one to sleep at. Haha. Sorry, bad joke. Was thinking, I have a poutine in hand, but I have to actually rest mode something. So I'd have to rest mode his Lord Slug, where I think it's a better idea to just keep his double striker down. One of the great things about that Metacooler ability is I can really just hold a card down for the rest of the game, essentially, unless he has something that could pick it up, because anything in rest mode that holds down until their next turn, not the one right after. Well, you know, I'm kind of in a tricky spot. He's got a big board state, which I could swing at, or I could try to kill him, you know. Looks like he has about 5 or 6 cards there in hand. There's pros and cons to both ways to go. All of my Metacoolers do have double strike, I believe. Or maybe that Lord Slug took away their double strike. I don't remember. You can comment below if you would like. I think here we're debating how many Nimbuses he could have left. Because I think he was like, oh no, I used 3. And I was like, you only used 2. I know that Lord Slug did something annoying. I apologize that I cannot remember. And I can't even see the name of the card to look it up, so... We'll just have to comment below. Let us know what it does. And then everyone else listening can go look at the comments. Having a big think here. Trying to figure out the right line to do. I think I was also looking at the Unison's -4. If it was worth doing, I don't remember what it does. So James is looking at it right now. I decide doesn't really matter. Or something. I don't know what maybe I decide nothing so far. Might just be the next 10 minutes are me thinking about whether I can win or not on this turn. So, you'll just have to sit with me. You know, it's hard when you don't know the cards that are in my hand. After Metacooler goes off on turn 4, he really has to rely on that big 7-drop being in play to bring in more cards. You've lost your Getty Star to play more Metacoolers. If you have another Getty Star, there is another one in the deck that can be played. And I do have these 3-drops, which play another 2-drop when you swing with them. So... looks like I decided to hold down that double strike. I think that was all me trying to debate whether to switch it and rest mode something to play a poutine. Because that would, you know, wouldn't stop a counter, but would at least hurt him for using one. I'm just sitting here being like, come on, past Elizabeth, just swing at him. Just swing somewhere. Because I could swing at that Unison again as well. That would be a way to help make his 1-drops not that strong. Looks like I'm swinging with my big boy, which will bring me in some more cards. There's the other double striker. So now everything has more double strike going on. That doesn't obviously matter, but it helps give them protection if he kills one of them. And then I think they normally don't give each other, or maybe they already have double strike. I don't remember. I just gotta go for it. If he has a Nimbus, he has a Nimbus, so... He didn't use it on that first swing, so I'm gonna have to assume he doesn't have a Nimbus. So, just trying to decide what to do next. Or maybe he already played a Nimbus. I actually don't know. I think he's telling me just go for my Unison. Though that didn't go as well for me the last time. So, hard decision to make. I decided to tick up to make another Metacooler token. A lot of Metacooler tokens being played in this game. A lot of Metacoolers. I mean, my board state's like stacked. Must have Nimbused. Which is why I don't know what to swing with. Should swing with my leader, at least get my leader ability. Yep, I'll swing at his Unison. Looks like he's not gonna do anything about it. Maybe? Sorry, there's a lot of thinking in this game. It's a hard matchup. It's a hard place to be. Evidently, I decided to swing with that 3-drop first. At the Unison. Get another Metacooler into play. Because I needed more, of course. Kill his Unison. When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise, say all the words. Then I can swing my leader. I think I decided that made more sense because I could pump that 3-drop with the leader ability. Grab something from the drop. Might make sense to grab something bigger if I'm not using my energy. I'll have a 10k to combo with instead of a 5k. But we'll see. Might want to keep my options open. I could also grab that 3-drop and play it with my energy. To put more things on the board. I think that's what I end up deciding. Nope. I decide to grab that. Not quite sure why. You know, it's hard to remember what was in my hand from the other day when we played, so it's hard to know why I made that decision. Looking at the board state now, I wouldn't make that decision, but decide to use a token to pump into my leader. He is like, what? Those don't have combo power, but in fact they do. They're literally copies of that 2-drop, so I think the only difference is they don't have the 2 cost for anything that affects cost. James uses a super combo. His deck is getting pretty low there, but I think he's hoping to kill me on this next turn. This has been a pretty controlling match on Gohan's side here. A lot of saying no. Swing with my Unison. Probably trying to decide what's best to swing at. Pump a Metacooler into it. He takes it. Could be that I picked up that 4 cost thinking I could play it again and play the big boy again, forgetting that I needed the big Getty Star. Which is a little bit silly of me. But maybe I had another plan. Who knows? This turn seems really do or die for me, at least for the amount of time I'm taking thinking about it. Do you have any thoughts? I mean, as said, you don't know what's in my hand, but maybe you have some tips or tricks that you would have done for that turn. Let's see if James can pull it out. If he has yep, there's another unison. I mean, if he doesn't have that, his deck is not so good, but he does have it. He swings with, yeah, I assume he upticked his unison there, and so all of his 1k, or his 10ks are, his vanillas are up an extra 5k. Looks like he's swinging with the first boy. So really he's just trying to try to get through with a lot here. Swings with another one. Would be a nice time for like a Whis or something. Or a Zamasu. Or whatever else I have hanging out in this deck. I don't know. He has that another 6 drop there that he's playing. I don't remember what that card does. Probably something annoying, as all of his cards seem to do. I do have a negate though, so I negate that. And then he has that really annoying card that negates my negate, which makes me sad. Not much you can do about that. That's kind of where you are, turn 5, turn 6, right? So I have to take the hit. And then I think that boy right there is a double striker, so I'm down to 2 life. He's probably gonna pump everything into it. So 25, 30, 35 I think he's at there. Which, as said, I do have everything. Oh, it's just a single. Okay, I take it. I am down to 1 life now. Trying my hardest to stay alive. If anyone, you must have not swung with that. If anyone wants to fill in exactly what happened there, you can in the comments. So I have to see. I do have that Malevolent Revenge, which is nice. Nice 15k. And I do have a million cards on board. That Goku doesn't really matter against vanilla. So I do have multiple things here to get out of this attack. Though he does have more babies on board. So just getting out of this attack doesn't mean I'm safe. He does remind me that those cards are pay 1 for a 10k. Which may help me. I do have energy up. And he swings with a 15k, and I die, I guess. Oh, he reminds me, you have energy up. And I say, oh, whoops. If I can have that one, I can have that one, and then I have to take the last one. So, that's it. I was almost there. He did, I guess, have his leader swing and his unison swing, so he still had some more hits. We did a really good job controlling Metacooler. I did take a long time on that one turn to think about how I could win, but it didn't really matter. It didn't come to fruition. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like our channel, like the videos. Let us know if there's more things you want to see. Leave some comments below on the gameplay, on the match, on anything else you want to know. And we'll catch you.
What's the point of this chase? To just bite our own tail. Wishing that something